what's taking so long with this Epstein files?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Epstein's clients had a good run until Elon Musk exposed celebrity elites on the Epstein list. The king of podcasts and the king of Twitter up to rip the lid off this never-ending mystery. And let me tell you, want to hear what they have to say.
When he had all sorts of things.
Right.
Like there's a mountain of evidence.
Right.
So where's that mountain? Where's that mountain?
But before what's really going on behind this botched missing evidence, we've got to talk about Fishing Act. So let's get this, we're talking tapes, flight log videos, and probably enough blackmail material politicians sweat through expensive suits. Yet, somehow, when it came to release this so-called bombshell list, nothing new?
Is that what's wrong with this Epstein files?
Yeah, what's up?
What is up with that?
Like, seriously? Where the hell is who's sitting on this mountain of know that if this was anyone else than an orange jumpsuit faster than you can say double stand?
We have a serious case of no one's being a phobia, you know.
Yeah, exactly when is that damning? I mean, let's not forget, Epstein was blackmail. He wasn't just flying rich people to his vacations, he was actually documenting everything. So, where is it? Did it get shredded? Did someone use it as kindling? Was the FBI office fireplace? Is it just gathering dust in a classified folder labeled "Do Not Until 2075"? No, the truth. It's the celebs who really don't want this list coming out.
Epstein clients, who are obviously extremely powerful, powerful politically and very wealthy, are Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, and Reid Hoffman.
Clearly, some people are sweating bullets over this list because they're in it. We're talking big names: Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, Reid Hoffman, and a few Hollywood A-listers who suddenly got very, you know what I mean?
Going on?
What the is going on? Also, there's this real fear that someone's destroying the evidence.
Joe and Elon aren't dancing around this. They've flat out called the hypocrisy. How come Maxwell's in prison for
Question, like, what could even be in there at this point that they haven't cleared out? If you've got paperwork from 1963, like, what is in there?
Still, yeah, the second this list gets fully released, it's gonna be a Category 5 media. People see that. People really don't understand what money can buy. They're on the list, and both sides are taking. Let's talk about our new friends at the FBI and the Losts. The same organization that could find it in a cave halfway across the world can't seem to locate them in history. Sounds a little fishy.
To be some sort of financial entanglement, some sort of relationship with the people that are on that list.
Yeah.
That they can provide a value that was big enough for you to not.
Joe and Elon pointed out that Epstein's properties, including his info, were raided. They had hard drives, documents, security camera time to hold people accountable. All that evidence just like someone high up doesn't want this information. I wonder why.
Agree to not put it out.
Elon even joked that if anyone, they should just hire some tech nerds.
We need are people who are really good with computers.
Top could probably find them faster than the feds at this point. But the FBI, with all their networking systems, can't? That can only mean one. It's simple. The FBI is in the business of blackmailing. People are more valuable to the FBI if they are not prosecuting theirs. The fake document drop. Remember when they said we were finally getting the list and names exposed? Yeah, what we got was a pile of course, Rogan was not in
Copy of it? They were all like waving it around like they got the Willy Wonka ticket.
Yeah, yeah.
He basically said this whole thing was just a way to stall and make people lose interest. Keep something big and then deliver some absolute BS until the public gets bored. But the question is, who's protecting who? Everyone knows if this was some random dude running a traffic, he would have dropped the hammer on them in 2 seconds. So why getting handled with kid gloves? Well, Joe and Elon have who need protecting.
Why was Reid Hoffman so intent on destroying Trump?
Do you think it's because they're worried about the list coming out?
If even one of these big names gets officially tied to Epstein's crimes, it waits for lawsuits, arrests, and chaos in elite circles. So instead of real justice, we get the slowest, most frustrating cover-up in history. Every time we get close, something comes up. New distract, more delays, and a bunch of legalese nonsense that used enough to stop pushing for answers. One of the most case is the difference in social media versus the mainstream.
Knowledge of his alleged crimes or involvement in them. Nancy Chen has more.
You know who is talking about it? Elon pointed out that Twitter, X, whatever, is keeping the story alive, relying on TV news anymore. If it weren't for social media, this would probably be buried deeper than the Titanic. That won't let it go. And let's be real, if it does drop, it won't be through CNN. It'll probably be some rogue Twitter user with a burner account posting the whole thing at 3 a.m. Now here's the million-dollar question. Be fully released? Will we ever see the real, complete Epstein client list, or is this just one of those Joe and Elon aren't convinced we'll ever get the full truth, but they also know that public pressure does work, getting hidden. At the end of the day, the evidence exists, and as long as people like Joe and Elon keep but until then, you can expect more delays, more distractions. I mean, there's literally a truck.
They discovered a whole bunch of stuff at the Southern District of New York.
Recently revealed that an actual truckload of Epstein documents just got delivered. Yep, an entire files apparently landed at the Southern District of New York, and the FBI.
Where the documents were being kept, Southern District of New York, shock. So we got them all by, hopefully all of them, Friday at 8 a.m., thousands of pages of documents.
But here's the problem. How much of this will we actually get to see? Bondi made it clear that while they're working on getting more documents released, the FBI's track record isn't exactly botched the case once, and now we're just supposed to trust them every time they dangle some huge release. We get a care. Nothing new. So what's in this truckload? Are we this time? Or is this just another crappy distraction to make people think progress is happening? Mysterious case of lost evidence. The FBI, Pam Bondi exposed all their spectacular revelation was that the former head of the New York FBI feels being accused of withholding evidence.
He claims he was forced to retire. Was not given a reason for that decision.
Wonder what they're bringing up an interesting connection. James Comey's daughter in prosecution. And yet, we're still not getting the full picture. Already said what we're all thinking. How do we keep losing child trafficking case in his
that are on that list, that they can provide a value that was big enough for you to not release it, or to slow release it, or to hope you can get away with like putting out some redacted files that don't show anything.
The FBI can track a random dude's texts from 5 years ago, but they can't seem to locate Epstein's blackmail stash? Equally bad at their jobs, or someone's making sure this never sees. Get me started on Ghislaine Maxwell's get out. Just when we thought this case couldn't get more ridiculous. Angling for a presidential pardon. Epstein's operation might try to walk if she's willing to talk. Give up anyone major, or is this just another look without taking down the rest of the people involved? Slap in the face to Epstein's victims. But if well, you can bet a lot of big bad people